Hello everyone, you're welcome to our free online class. I am Fumi of Ladies Delight Fashion. Today I want to show us how we can draft our shoulder dart, both for our front block bodies and our back block bodies. To draft a shoulder dart, it's simple. After getting, I have to add paper, I have to put paper under this, my pattern paper, so that it can be enough for me to draft what I want to draft, so that I won't have to put it on another paper and draft again. But once you have drafted your basic bodies block, half scale, full scale, any scale, now to draft your shoulder, to mark your shoulder, to make your shoulder dart, the remaining parts, once you've marked your shoulder length, which is 7.5 in this case that I'm using, I've marked out my neckline, which is 3 by 3 inches. Now I have left here 4 3/4 of an inch. I will have to get half of this shoulder length here. I fold my tape rule into 2 and I marked here. Now this marking here, I'll connect it to my bust point here. I'll connect it to my bust point like so. Now, having done that, I'll go on both sides by ½ inch on both sides. That means I'm tightening it by 1 inch. After drafting it like so, I'll connect the ½ inch on both sides to the bust point line. Now, there is a rule in this as well. Because I will be folding in this dart, I'll be taking it in. So the 1 inch I took here, I'll have to add it back to the shoulder length, to the shoulder's length here. And I'll connect it to the remaining shoulder length here. And I'll redraft my arm side or armhole. I will redraft or redraw it in this case as it's look. So after doing that, I will cut it out. The extra paper I added underneath is showing here. So I will cut it out like this. So the place my shoulder dart is. Now in this case as well, what if I want to fold this shoulder dart in? As I'm folding it in, as I'm taking it in like this, you can see how it is now. It gives shape. To give shape to this bust area, you can see that it's coming out. As I'm folding it in here, I will have to open this dart to give it more room. You can see, I'll open it to the bust point. You can see that it's opened now. So that is just that on bust, on getting shoulder darts, on the shoulder dart technique. And the rule in pattern drafting is whatever you take, you return. So after holding it by 1 inch, I replaced it back on the shoulder. Then after closing it, I opened the dart again, so that the closure here, what I closed here, can be transferred back to the waist dart. Now for the shoulder dart, also for the back bodies, like as I did for the front, was just it's a little bit different here. I'll get half of my shoulder slope remaining 4 3/4, fold my tape rule into 2 and mark. After marking it like so, I'll connect it to half. I'll get half of my chest line, or I can use my dart width. I can use my half chest line, but I'll use my dart width, and I'll connect it to the chest line. Here, if I want, I may use up to 1/2 inch. If I want, I may not. But let me use 1/2 inch on both sides. So the 1/2 inch I'm using here, I am returning it back as 1 inch here as well. And I will draw my armhole or arm side. I will draw it. Now, coming back to the dart here, instead of taking the dart to the chest line, it won't go down that far. I'll just come down by 3 inches, and I'll connect the dart leg there to it. It doesn't go down, and I'll cut it out. But the back dart, in the back shoulder dart, is optional. It's not necessary. I don't usually use it, but just I have to teach you. I have to bring it up because in case you see it somewhere else, you know how they get it. But it's something that I don't usually use, but it's something that we use in pattern drafting. So you cut it through, or you fold it in like so. It's just to give shape to the back. It's just to give shape. And that is how it goes. Just to give shape to the back. You know, our back is not that flat, straight like that. So it's just to give a shape to the back, so that the pattern, the fabric can lay well on the back of the person wearing the clothes. And that's all.